Hey guys, Harpwner here. Today we're in Gmod for the first time in ages, and I wanted to show off some tanks. ACF tanks. I had spent a long time building these, and I did not actually get to showing them off. These were built a while ago. So we're just going to be testing speed and firepower and accuracy. Well, firepower goes with accuracy in this case. So I've got out here a bunch of floating targets, and yes, these are floating. Hopefully they will recoil when, you know, they're hit. But yeah, these are floating targets. They're not frozen either. See? So the buoyancy tool. Really fun. And, okay, so first off, we're going to be testing the RLC-3B, which is one of the earliest tanks I created. It's the B version. The A version's not really much different, except for a different kind of turret and gun. Alright, so first I'd like to mention the tracks that are, the tracks and the systems that are used in these tanks, like the chips, Red's track system, and the driving and all that. Not mine, did not make them. I used other people's. If you need a link to those, then I will provide that for you on request. But that's on request. So anyways, what we're going to do is we're going to get a wire speedometer, and also I'm quite experienced with wire mod. I know what I'm doing. A wire speedometer and display, monitor. Oh god, what was it called? Screen. That's what it was. Just gonna get a screen, and this will be displayed in miles an hour. So what I'm basically just doing is, you know, showing off the speed of these tanks. I'm just gonna do that. Just a quick little, you know, bad weld. And I'll skip around the video and stuff just to make sure, you know, you guys don't get bored in transitions and stuff like that. So you're gonna see me just weld this up. A is 2 miles per hour. And for those of you that are international and want kilometers an hour, I live in America, so I make the rules for my video, and that means miles an hour. Don't worry, I love kilometers an hour. It's just that, you know, I'm American, so why not? So this uses a flat 12 petrol engine. It is very tightly packed, and, well, what am I saying? There's a 37mm semi-automatic gun. And hello, I've already done something horribly wrong. Right, so I forgot that these are parented props. Very, very bad weld about to happen here. You ready? And just to be sure. Stop! No! Right. Let's try that again, shall we? Alright, sorry about that. So everything's working now. It forgot that these are parented props and all that, so I just hooked it up onto the base prop. Ooh, hello. Hey, you get to see the chassis going on here. Generally. Anyways, so speed test. Sorry, I'm slightly brain dead. I'll be skipping around the hookup speedometer test and all that, you know, next time. But, you know, straight path all the way over to the water. And this is in miles an hour. So as you can see, this is a light tank, therefore its speed is supposed to be high. And it looks like that is the case. 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Can we push it more? 41. I'd say 42 miles an hour. So close to the Walker Bulldog. Right. And if you guys didn't know, Walker Bulldog 45 miles an hour. So this is not too shabby for a light tank. I mean, you know, the Walker Bulldog is legendary for its speed, or at least its ability, its versatility. It's no Hellcat though. Hellcat's better. I am going to make one of those eventually, and it'll be fun. So next is the firing test. Can we please have brakes? Thank you. So first, we're just going to shoot all these targets, heck with it. Oh, I need to load it. These things do recoil in the water. 2 hits. 3 hits. That's a miss. 4 hits. 5 hits. Okay. So this is pretty accurate. It will suffer at long range, though. That sums up the RLC-3B. Now let's move on to the next tank. And we are back, and this, my friends, is one of my favorite designs, the SU-122-44. In other words, a tank that did not enter service. I don't even know if it made it out of blueprints. I think there was a prototype made. This is a tank destroyer based off of the T-44 chassis, made by the Russians. Elite War, period. Never entered service, obviously. I've already taken the liberty of hooking up a speedometer, and you might already notice that the tracks are actually props. This is not older than the RLC. This is in fact much newer. But I didn't apply the tracks because, well, I just updated the RLC because, well, and I didn't update this. I've been updating a few of the tanks, but some of them I just haven't. This sports a 120mm cannon. That's pretty bad RPM, so it's going to take us about a minute to shoot all the targets. But this thing's a powerhouse. Or at least, so we'd think. I forgot to unfreeze it. Oh yeah, another feature I added to this thing. Black smoke, because diesel engine. Yeah, I know. It's just a cool little effect that was added onto a few of these. Anyways, speed test. Oh yeah, by the way, if you want to download these tanks, just request. I don't do anything without requests. Now, you may notice that this is not the fastest thing. Historically, this thing would have gone much faster, well, if it actually entered service anyways. But Gmod ACF logic. There's limitations. So about 10 miles an hour is its top speed. And yes, it did reach that, you just didn't notice it. But anyways, it's time to move to our post any minute now. Let me just get rid of the speedometer and the screen. Undoing while moving. Alright. I think we can afford to do this at longer range. Now this has a lot of penetration, 216mm at 10 meters. So, well that doesn't really matter for us because we're firing at random targets. But these things are meant for combat. I have a few of my friends and all that just fight every once in a while. In fact, if you want to see that, if you want to see a tank battle, request it. I haven't done Gmod videos in ages, so, you know. That's how things go. Anyways, ready? Boom. Oh. Keep forgetting to load shells. Anyways, ready? Any minute now. We're just gonna shoot one of the closest ones and one of the furthest ones, because this thing will take a while to reload. Wow, that did significant damage. The ACF thing has, like, broken the target. I might have to replace that one later. And let's see how this does long range. It does well. It actually hit the platform. I just forgot to, you know, compensate for bullet drop. So, pretty accurate. I don't even know why I'm testing accuracy in ACF. So, pretty explosions. Did I ricochet? I don't think it ricocheted. Hope it didn't ricochet. Anyways, that was the SU-122-44. The first attempt at actually remodeling something. I used a World of Tanks ragdoll. As with all the other remodels I've done. On to the next one. Welcome back, and we have a beautiful creation of mine. Not really. I could do some, you know, better texture work. But overall, this is one of my favorites just because of what it is. The Kliment Voroshilov 2 KV2 wonderful derp gun. This has a 155mm howitzer. There's no 152 in ACF, just like there's no 122 in ACF. Don't worry about that. But I spent a lot of time. In fact, this took about wow, this took like 2-3 hours to make actually. These things do take a lot of time to build, by the way, and I'm quite pleased with the result. Now, this thing, unhistorically, is a bit of a speed demon. And you'll see what I'm saying when I test the speed and show you the engine. First of all, flat 12 petrol, obviously not what the actual KV2 used, but this thing had complications. And I also had to add an electric motor. And you'll see what the effect of an electric motor on a KV2 is when we do the speed test. Let's see what we can do. We're just going to do it in a line like this. Now, remember, the RLC-3B easily did 40 miles an hour, plus it probably would have made it past 45 if I kept going in the straight line. Watch as this thing passes 31, 32, 33, 33. Okay, so 34, 35. Okay, this thing tops out at about 35. What is a KV2 doing at those speeds? I don't know. But it was pretty fun to make nonetheless. It is a speed demon for being an ultra heavy tank. By the way, considering how ACF calculates armor and all that, okay, it's not 100% accurate, of course, but the weighting of the tanks is actually pretty close to how it actually was. So I'm also pleased with that. Now I'm gonna manually turn this around because I don't want to have to deal with driving it. And the turret traverse I also made very slow. A few chip edits. Let's load the first shell, and we're only gonna fire 2, of course, this time around. Get ready. And there goes the target. Yeah. In fact, we'll just shoot the far out target, see if I have improved my accuracy at all. Oh. Okay. I missed, but as you can tell, not the easiest thing to aim, but devastating nonetheless. I mean, look, that's all that's left of that target. And it's heavily damaged, too. That's what I meant by heavily damaged, by the way. I want to check this one. Yeah, it's sustained damage. So ACF does like a extra texture overlay that shows damage. Anyways, on to the last one, my favorite one. Now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the showcase video, and I have a very special best for last performance for you. My personal favorite, the most recent, and the probably best model I've ever done in anything in Gmod. Drumroll please. M4A3E8 Easy 8 Sherman. This thing probably took about 10 hours to make. It has as much detail as I could put into it. And the best part about it, as I say myself, is that it also has every seat for everyone. Okay, not really. And this thing is also a powerhouse, because it needed to be. But everybody commands their specific portion. This is not a one-seater tank like the rest of them. This requires crew cooperation, if, you know, that's a way to phrase it. Oh, there's something I didn't know, Clyde. I'll update that on the model later. Make sure everything's no-collided. Ah, well, I can live with that. Anyways, oh, is it this? It's this. No, it's not this. Oh, well, anyways, I was getting carried away. So, basic rundown. Gunner seat. Commander seat. Right? That's the commander seat? Yeah, that's the commander seat. That's the driver's seat, and that's the co-driver's seat. Now, you may be thinking that what probably inspired this was Fury, and you would be 100% correct. I made this shortly after I watched Fury. Great movie. But without further ado, Loki is going to give us the speed test. Now, okay, this is going to be tough. Aha, there we go. Are you ready? Let's move it. Okay, not the fastest tank in history. I get it. The Sherman obviously was a lot faster. But ACF limitations, Gmod physics woes, I just couldn't do it the way it really was. So, you're gonna have to deal with this. I think the best way to improve the speed was make the wheels spherical, and I can't do that because of the way the suspension reacts. If I would have done it earlier in development, I probably wouldn't be stuck like this. But what do I care? This thing looks awesome. At least in my opinion. Tell me what you guys think. I'm believing like this is one of the best tanks I've made. Well, it's obviously the best tank I've made. But, you know, it's pretty freaking sweet. And it's to scale, too. If I was to, SV cheats real quick. I could compare Loki, who is about 6 foot tall, to the Sherman. Not too shabby at all. Also, I'd like to also point out, also, these lights work. Another thing to point out. Okay, the camera's a little glitchy, I'm working on that. Co-driver has his machine gun down there. The gunner, oh sorry, this is the commander, has his 50 cal on the top. And also, the gunner has his own little machine gun. And of course, you know, the 76mm, or 75 in this case, because ACF. But 76mm round. And also, if you press R, you can switch between armor piercing and armor piercing high explosive. The trade-off being armor piercing has more penetration, while armor piercing high explosive, well, is explosive. So that was APHE, and I've already switched. That's AP. Obviously no explosion. I'm going to switch back to armor piercing high explosive. Make sure the round resets. And we are ready for the test fire. There's a reason I made this. And I'm loving it. And I don't like McDonald's. Don't you dare get any ideas. Now, of course, there are things to be added. All of this is parented, so minimal lag. Let's see. What else did I leave out? Oh, yeah. Suspension. Tried to remodel the best I could. Oh, I forgot the rollers. Why am I just noticing this? I played with this thing a lot, and I never noticed I got the return rollers. Oh, well. Well, I'll fix that later. There will be an updated copy some point. But, deadly accurate. You got your own machine gun to play with. This thing was meant for a cooperative battle against AI or other players. This thing is a pretty effective machine. It's got a quick reload. It's got powerful rounds. I mean, I didn't make it overpowered. I still wanted to make it more realistic. And, well, I mean, there's up to 3 machine guns firing at once. This is an anti-infantry machine. Also, can we just take a moment to appreciate how long it probably took me to make that turret out of S-props? Because that was painful. I made that turret out of just panels. So, you can see the blocky appearance of it a bit. But I tried to make it as flush as I possibly could. I think I did a good job. Also, let's take another moment to appreciate. Okay, that's a little issue that I'm going to have to fix. But legendary Sherman gun depression. I love it. And I hope you guys do too. Of course, links to the duplications will be in the description per request. I will not remember to do it while I'm posting this video. That's just a heads up. So, that was Gmod. That was ACF tanks from yours truly. This has been Harpwner 3E8. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like, subscribe, comment, whatever. Please leave requests for anything. Anyways, I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye!